Hello guys and welcome back to episode 2 of our La Liga career mode here with Sevilla. We've got loads to crack on with today, so we're going to dive straight into a really quick start. We're going to see a very quick sale on transfer deadline day as Mejia joins Coventry for £750,000, but we're going to skip over deadline day pretty quickly. You'll see the top deals were Zaire Emery leaving Paris to join Arsenal for just shy of £50 million. Pedro Goncalves has moved to Italy as he joins AC Milan, and also Anthony Robinson gets his top 6 move as he joins United for £32 million. But as for us, I said in the previous episode, the first episode of the save, that we wouldn't really be looking to make major moves in this first season. So we have got our next batch of scouting updates, which I have to say we've got some really good players in the youth academy, which is a big part of my saves. From Spain, we've got 2 players to keep the scouting on. Miguel Luna looks like the best with that raw pace. He looks fantastic. From Morocco, we've got a whole host of players who look absolutely fantastic. So we'll keep the scouting on all of those guys for now. And as for Portugal, 3 players that will keep the scouting on, and Helder Couto definitely looking at the best of the bunch so far. So scouting's looking slightly better after our first month, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some deals given out in our next month when we reach the beginning of October. But we're going to jump straight into the first game of today's episode. Going to be loads to come today as I really want to crack on. So Girona at home in match day 4 of the season. It's been a pretty decent start, and we're looking to keep that up here with another win. Vamos Sevilla. Corner for Girona here, of course. Team we used in our La Liga career mode last year. And it's Christian Stuani who opens the scoring as well. Not the greatest of starts here on match day 4. It was a former player in a more recent career mode in our Stoke City save, where we had Arnaut Danjuma, but for a former team of ours in Girona. And they lead as that's played into Piqué. What a start to the season for the youngster. He's been fantastic. One of the brightest talents in this Sevilla squad. Carmona into Romero, who gets the start today after his goal off the bench, his winning goal in the last game, and that's going to be a foul. And what colour is that card going to be? That was a naughty tackle from behind. Just wonder if it's going to be more than a yellow. It is. It's red for Antal Jakobishvili, a player who I didn't really use when I managed Girona, but he's done me a bit of a solid there with the red card. It is a naughty tackle. It's not particularly high, but you can see the sarcastic applause there from my manager on the sidelines. And we'll play the rest of this game. An hour left against 10 men. Space down this right-hand side. And Gutierrez backing off, and Lukebakio beats him. Brilliant run, and pegged into the middle for Isaac Romero, who makes it 2-2 in a Sevilla shirt this season. Adams not really firing for us. I've given the Spaniard a chance, and he's taking it into the second half here. Still, we lead by 1. There's Lukebakio. What a pass into Piqué. This will seal it, and does. Sevilla have a 2-goal lead. It's Piqué once again with his 4th of the campaign already. Well, it's full time here at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, and that 3rd goal really killed off the game. Another great performance from Sevilla, though. We did find ourselves a goal behind again. We've not been the greatest defensively this season, but going forward, we've looked pretty decent. And Isaac Romero with his 2nd goal in 2, and Piqué 4 from 4 so far in La Liga. Really great start for us with 3 wins and 4, and we're just going to jump straight into our next game. Staying at home at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, it is Getafe coming to take us on. Another pretty favourable fixture, and one that we will be eyeing all 3 points in. Vamos Sevilla. Well, this game's looked pretty lively and end-to-end in the early stages, and Ajuke sent through. Lovely build-up. Come with me, Romero. No, he doesn't need him. I thought I'd messed it up. And Ajuke, with I think goal 2 or maybe 3 of the season, he's looked lively as well. He's absolutely rapid. And I was waiting for Isaac Romero to come with me. He didn't. Thought I'd taken it too wide, but he finds the gap through the legs of the keeper. And Sevilla lead again. Gorka down the left for Getafe. Bardes had to come out to meet him. Uche plays it into Perez. Danger. Good save, Nyland. Not for the first time. Bailing us out today. And now Bacchio. Looks for Isaac Romero. Did he time his run? Yes, he did. Romero for 2. And a big save down one end from Nyland leads to the second goal for Sevilla. We've not been great today, but we will head into the interval leading by 2 as Romero scores once again. Well, this has actually been one of our weaker performances this season, but still we lead and it could get better here. PK, lovely skill. PK makes it 3. And you might not have seen all of them, but Nyland's made a couple of important saves today. We've been bailed out by our goalkeeper, and down the other end we've just been clinical. 3 chances and 3 goals for Sevilla. Well, another fantastic victory for Sevilla, and continuing on what has been a fantastic start to the campaign. Just our second clean sheet of the season though, so happy to see it out, but again it was just clinical finishing down the other end. We only had those 3 chances, but we took all 3 of them as we continue our fantastic work in front of goal. Going to keep the games rolling as we jump into match day 6. It is Deportivo Alaves away from home. And again, like I say, just trying to keep that momentum. We know how overpowered form is, so we just got to keep the wins rolling when they are coming. Vamos, Sevilla. Yeah, it's been a fantastic start to the season for Sevilla, and I have to say I'm really enjoying the early pace of this save as well. Really enjoyable. And with Alaves currently sat bottom of La Liga, no points on the board, just 1 goal scored in their opening 5 games. We've got no Isaac Romero today, but no Romero, no problem, as PK continues his fantastic goal-scoring start to the campaign. And Ajuke, again, absolutely rapid down that left-hand side. Really getting on with the attacking players in this team. Oh, look, Barde stepped in, didn't win it. NSU now on loan from Bournemouth. Laid off, and it's a big save by Nyland. Well, that is going to do it, and that save from Nyland ended up being pretty important because we only saw it out by a single goal to nil. Bottom of the league, Alaves, and we had to grind out a 1-0 result. I really didn't get on with Adams again in this game, and I like the look of his stats, but I just don't get on with him in game whatsoever. So I'm glad that Isaac Romero will be back for our next game. Another game against a favourable opponent. We've been quite lucky with our fixtures as we return back home to take on Villarreal, another team down towards the bottom of the table. It's been a fantastic start for Sevilla that has moved us right up the table into the top 2 as we're competing with Real Madrid. I'm sure this isn't going to last all season long, but we've got to enjoy these moments whilst they last. Taking on Villarreal next, looking for another 3 points. Vamos, Sevilla. Well, what a reaction it has been from Sevilla to that opening day defeat in Gran Canaria. We've won 5 on the spin, and we've jumped up to 2nd in the table behind only Real Madrid, who are 6 from 6 in La Liga. So it's been the ideal response after that defeat, as I say, but it is very early stages as Agume on the slide drags that just wide. Very early stages, and of course there is still a long way to go. So how can you win that? Not quite. Fouls his man. Now Moro. Oh, nicely done. Nianzou has to get across, doesn't. And Villarreal lead. It's the first time we've gone behind in a game, I believe, since match day 1. It's a brilliant strike from the edge of the box. And now let's see what Sevilla are really made of. Well, still trailing by 1 at the break, and you've got to remember that in this Sevilla side, as good as we've been in the opening stage of the season, 5 wins on the bounce, we've not got the star quality of some of the other teams in the division, so it's not like we can just turn it on and off. We're having to work hard for each and every one of these wins, and behind here at home against Villarreal, and set for our first home defeat of the season, but that's beautifully worked. And Ajuke says, Gaffer, hold that thought. Gets us back on level terms 6 minutes after the restart. Ajuke again. Oh, steps inside. See you later, buddy. See PK on the move. It's Beautifully worked. PK onto the left peg. Now let's fly. Oh, that's wonderful. He is absolutely phenomenal. The youngster is tearing it up in La Liga this season. And he has just absolutely skinned both defenders. And on the weaker left foot, drills it into that far corner to complete the turnaround. A goal down at the break. Whatever I said has definitely worked as we now lead by 2-1. Candela down the right-hand side for Valladolid. The away side looking to get back into this game again, and they almost did straight from kick-off. I tell you what, Valladolid are really giving this a go, but Sal does well. Now there could be a chance. Romero on the move, slid through by Sal. Can he get there first? Yes, he can. Great strength, and the finish as well. And that should seal the victory for Sevilla. I said when we went a goal down, what were we made of? And we have responded in brilliant fashion. 3 goals in the second half to turn the game on its head. And that is going to be another 3 points on the board for Sevilla as we look to close the gap to Real Madrid at the top. It's been a fantastic start, and we'll jump into our final game of September next as we travel to the San Mamés to take on Athletic Bilbao. Really, really tricky game, and probably on paper our toughest, or one of our toughest, to kick off the season. Let's see if we can compete with the best in Spain. Vamos, Sevilla. Oh my goodness, what on earth oh my goodness, that is probably the biggest gift of a goal I have ever been given by the AI on FC, especially playing on ultimate difficulty. Yulan Agarizabala into the defender. Normally they just turn out of those situations, but he runs straight into PK, who's got the composure and the confidence to finish that off. But that is an absolute gift from Bilbao. Well, still leading by 1 as we enter the second half. Doddy looks to get half a yard. And now it's Gibril So. Back to Luca Bacchio looking for his second goal of the season and clips the top of the crossbar. We've defended really well today. Yes, our goal was a bit lucky, but we've been full value for it. And Doddy nearly extended the lead there to 2. Ball slipped through to Williams. Danger here. Sonse back to Williams. Ball slipped through. Guruzaita's onside and equalises for Bilbao. Man, just couldn't get my defender across in time. It's beautifully worked. Sonse and Williams involved. And the finish by Guruzaita is crisp into the back of the net. Barde just a little bit too slow on the cover, and Bilbao peg us back as it's 1 apiece here at the San Mamés. Well, Bilbao now looking for a winner as Sonse ball slipped through. Great chance, and it's off the top of the crossbar. What a brilliant effort. Got a little bit of lift on it and gets it over the top of the keeper and nearly had it dropping it down under the crossbar as well. Fantastic effort. Loops onto the top of the crossbar. And now Bilbao are in the ascendancy and looking to go on and win this. Well, that's going to do it here in the Basque region. And it was a game of few chances. Other than the 2 goals, both sides did hit the woodwork in that second half. But that is a real test of character, coming to a stadium like the San Mamés and claiming a reasonable point. Our first draw of the season, and whilst it does bring the winning streak to an end, we will remain unbeaten heading into October, where we're going to have our next batch of scouting. So let's go and see if anyone's making the cut this month. Well, it's been a good start to the season for Sevilla in our opening 8 games. 6 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. 18 goals scored has us as the 3rd highest scorers in the league, which I thought would be a problem for us this season. But as I say, taking a look at the scouting for this month, let's see if there's anyone making the cut from Spain. Well, unfortunately, Miguel Luna has seen a bit of a potential downgrade, 67 to 87. I'll keep the scouting on him for now, and Nacho Chavez also getting added this month. So no one from Spain making the cut just yet. Well, my goodness, have we found a goldmine of Moroccan defenders. We've got 6 or 7 players here that look absolutely fantastic. I'm going to keep the scouting for now on most of these to see what those potential ranges do kind of max out as. But I'm going to give my first scholarship to Fatih Naji. We've been scouting him for 3 months now, I believe, and with 83 to 94 potential, he looks absolutely fantastic. Well, from Portugal, again, not quite as many as Morocco, but we got some decent looking players here. Victor Magalan, I really like the look of. Looks really well-rounded and balanced for a central midfielder. Mercado, again, will keep the scouting on, but I am going to give Helder Couto a scholarship. Just the second month of scouting, but with that raw pace, he looks absolutely brilliant. So that'll do it for this month's scouting. Let's quickly jump over to the academy and look at the 2 players we've got. And yeah, these 2 look absolutely brilliant. Just the 2 players in the academy for now, but nice to break up the games with a little bit of an academy update. And our next game is a huge one as well. Heading back home to the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan for our first Seville Derby, which I actually recently found out is also known as the Great Derby, which I really like. They've had a really solid start to the campaign as well. 6 wins on the board like us, but they have had those 2 defeats, 14 goals scored, 7 conceded, and just a point behind us. So expecting another really tough test here against our great rivals. We're looking to keep the unbeaten stretch since matchday 1 going here with another victory. Vamos Sevilla. Anthony into Carvalho, back to the Brazilian. It's been such a good second half of the season for Anthony. He's done so well since moving out to Spain. He's given the ball away there, and now I've given it away. Lots of turnovers here as Piqué releases Chidera. Go on, Sam. Ajuke! Oh, it's off the woodwork. And that just seemed to hang in the air forever as it made its way towards goal. But it is off the woodwork from the speedster Chidera Ajuke. As now Anthony comes down the other end. Anthony inside to Carvalho. Ball played across. And Cucho Hernandez gives Betis the lead. From down one end, it could have been 1-0 to Sevilla. And our arch rivals go straight down the other end and open the scoring. That's gutting, man. Doddy through the gap for Piqué. Slides it through nicely. Doddy again. Can he slide it through again? Yes, he can. Piqué in behind. Our top scorer this season, Piqué. Denied by the veteran Adrian. Is so a little bit of space out to the sub Ruben Vargas. Comes infield nicely and finds Aymar. And Pedrosa into Isaac Romero. Gets it back from Piqué. And Piqué again on the right foot. It's off the woodwork again. It might just be one of those days today. Hit the woodwork in the first half. Woodwork in the second. And Betis with 15 to play. Looking to hold on to this victory. Ball slipped through. Cucho Hernandez. Hernandez again. Played inside. And it's 2. Isco wraps it up. And the veteran Spaniard wearing the armband for Betis in a big derby match. Our first derby against Betis. And we're going to be on the wrong side of it. Hernandez got a little bit fortunate, but it's a great ball played back to Isco. And he was never going to miss from there. That is going to do it here at the Sanchez Pizjuan. And I mentioned Barcelona in our next game. This is not the way that we wanted to be going into that game off the back of just our second league defeat of the season. But Barcelona away in Catalonia at the Nou Camp as we look to get back to winning ways. Vamos Sevilla. Corner for Barcelona here right at the end of the first half. Half that we've defended really well in, but that's going to drop Borsar. What a save, Nyland. What a huge save that is. As Barca will have a corner from the other side. Just got to see this out. Lamine Yamal swings the ball in. Lewandowski going for it. Araujo now has it. Where is that whistle, ref? Dani Olmo through to Lewandowski, and Nyland is there again. Rafinha through to De Jong. Lewandowski. He's got a man over. Still Lewandowski. Let's fly. And again, Sevilla have a man in the way. Rafinha to Sarr. And there is Lamine Yamal to Rafinha. And it's another big save by Nyland, third of the night. And we continue to frustrate Barcelona as Pedri comes off the bench. Lamine Yamal worked inside. Rafinha, Lewandowski and Nyland in the way again. Corner for Barcelona again. Lamine into that near post. Araujo flicks on and there's the goal. And it's been coming as well. It's the Brazilian Rafinha who drills it in. It's a fantastic strike. Corner right at the death for Barcelona as Araujo heads wide, but it is not going to matter as Barcelona hold on for the narrow victory. We defended pretty well, but it was all Barcelona pressure. We didn't have a single sniff on their goal, and that's just because there are levels to this. We aren't at the level of Barcelona just yet. We don't have the quality of players to compete with them just yet, but just losing by a single goal to nil, that is not a terrible performance in our first clash against Barcelona, but they will take the 3 points as they remain at top of the table. So back-to-back losses for Sevilla, and heading off on the road once again as we stay in Barcelona to take on Espanyol. A game that on paper we should be targeting a return to winning ways, but after back-to-back defeats and the way that form is in career mode, that's going to be easier said than done. Vamos Sevilla. Yeah, heading into this game here, Espanyol actually sat rock bottom of the table with just one win in their opening, I think, is it 10 games? Are we at match day 10 or 11 now? I'm not too sure. But as PK, oh, that is more like it, drills in the opening goal. It's the perfect fixture for us on the back of 2 back-to-back defeats, taking on bottom of the league, even away from home. We should be targeting all 3 points, and that is the perfect start. Barde, can you pinch that? No. And Espanyol have it, a ball played through, great chance, and the home side level. Well, that's really poor, you know. It's a poor goal to concede, but just the way it's come about as well. Leading by 1, early goal, and we didn't really kick on like we should have done and put Espanyol to the sword as PK, lovely feet, and PK for 2. There we go. Back in front before we've even reached half-time. And who else but that man, PK? Well, it's all over here at the RCDE Arena, and a terrible, terrible second half. Thankfully, PK did all the damage in the first. His game winner coming right at the end of the first 45, and we didn't look particularly convincing, especially in that second 45, but we do hold on to get the victory and return to winning ways, which is the main thing. But another tricky game up next. Again, just going to dive straight into this one, travelling to the Real Arena in Sociedad as we take on Real Sociedad, another side that one of those in Spain. They're not normally competing for titles up at the top, but one of those sides that have a great team and can definitely cause you issues on their day. So expecting another tough test here. Vamos Sevilla. Well, I tell you what, it's a great team that Sociedad have got, and there is a few career mode icons in there. Lucas Sucic, who was one of the main icons in my Sheffield United career mode on FC24, and also a more recent hero, the Iceman, Ori Oskarsson, up top, wearing that number 9 for Sociedad. And maybe not 91 overall like he was at the end of the Stoke City career mode, but I'm sure he will be just as hungry as ever to score some goals today, as he's denied by Nyland. Tell you what, guys, this has been an absolutely atrocious game. Still deadlocked at 0-0 here. Mero, Ajuke making the run in field. Oh, Ajuke. Oh, that's superb, Ajuke! What a goal from Chidera Ajuke, coming in off that left-hand side. A couple of lovely pieces of skill, and the finish to match as well. I'm not sure what's going on with the camera angle on the celebration, but limbs at the home end of the Sanchez Pizjuan. Lovely skill once and again, and the finish into the far corner as well. And it is all over here at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. A fantastic result for Sevilla. That late winner from Chidera Ajuke. A moment of brilliance from our wide man. And I think that is where I'm going to end off the episode as well, guys. A fantastic run for Sevilla, and we've absolutely flown through the early stages of the season into match day 12 after just 2 episodes of a brand new save. We are absolutely flying, and that victory does take us into the top 4, currently behind the big 3, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, but sitting pretty comfortably in the top 4 at the moment, which is above my expectations for this first campaign. But that will do it, guys. I've really enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys have too. I did mention in the previous episode, if you are enjoying, I have just launched the channel membership, so if you do want to go that extra mile and support the channel, it would mean the absolute world to me. But I don't expect anyone to sign up. It's just an option there if you do want to support the channel. But I love all of you guys anyway, and I'll catch you for the next episode very soon. Take care, guys, and peace.